Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, guys. Today we're going to go over a day trading recap. Check it out. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this video. What we're going to do is we're going to recap today's trading and how the members did at the daytraderchatroom.com. We're going to go over everything. I'm going to show you the charts we traded, what we were looking at, the watch list, okay? And go from there. Before we move any further and we jump into the charts, do me a quick favor, smash the like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and check out the link in the description and comment section below. You can join us at the daytraderchatroom.com for 5 days for just $5. You're going to get access to dashboard, courses, resources, and our daily live trading. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the charts. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and jump into this recap here on the morning. So, you know, this morning I woke up, boom, we got back on here on the computer and looking at the gap scans, and the gap scans just didn't look good. It didn't look strong. They didn't look strong at all. I actually had my gap scan, my gappers list, my watch list built out pretty quickly. And then I just sat and waited a little while. I waited like an extra 10 minutes before sending the list into Jonah so he can upload it to the dashboard here in the daytraderchatroom.com. And I just sat here and I was like, all right, well, there's nothing really that's popping off here. So boom, I send in my list. But, you know, here's the gappers list this morning. And that's the trade idea scanners. If you're interested in those, you can always let us know, or on my YouTube here in the description section, there'll be a link with a coupon code. And I just didn't like anything. And it's not the scanner's fault. It's just that there was nothing else. You know, Kevin uses other scanners and he had the same issue. And I have also the TC2000 scanners running. And I was like, well, there's really not a lot to watch. So, you know, with what I could find and what we had last week, I made the weekly list, which, you know, you can see the weekly list right here. If you go to dashboard, you go to watch list, you see your weekly list right here. And that's it, right? Boom. Today's list for watch, for the watch list, ANVS, CREX, SPCE, and SPY. That's all I was watching. That's all I was watching right out the gates. And you can see here, we go over to ANVS, nothing. We talked about it holding, above this line here, which is like about $64. Why? Because it was previous resistance back here. And we launched right off of it this morning with a real nice increase in volume, like really nice volume right there off the bell. Boom, big push. And then we started to pull into it. I was like, okay, let's see if it holds. Nope, didn't hold, just faded completely. I was like, all right, well, that one's nothing for today. As long as it holds above 50, though, it's still good, because that offering they made over the weekend was at $50 a share, and it was only 1 million shares, so it's not a big deal for this stock. I'm going to continue keeping that on watch. It is on the weekly watch list I sent in today, as long as it can hold above 49. CREX, the next one, reported Q1 results that looked promising there. You had the 50-day and the 200-day moving average down here at the time of building the list. The stock was down here in pre-market, and we just launched right off of that level, right at the bell, boom, and then nothing, just nothing. I was like, okay, well, nothing on CREX either. Then SPCE, I was talking about holding $24. We break briefly that level here, hold VWAP, and it looks like we might hold it. And what am I looking for? Well, if we're going to hold it, I'm looking for this to start to happen, right? I'm looking for something like this to happen and then get us that red to green move, right? But it doesn't happen. We don't hold very long. I never take a starter entry at all, so nothing there. Then we started to get some pops that hit the scanners, like CLPS, like APM, right? Like what was it? Let me take a look here. SCPS. Okay, we started to get some crazy stuff happening. And this one's now starting to finally trade, because this is untradeable. It's just up and halt, up and halt, up and halt, up and halt. Then, we had CLPS and APM. CLPS is the one I traded, okay? And the reason I took this trade was because it was setting up really good. Watch. Let me see if I can get this. All right, so it's not going to let me put, exactly where I want it. But we do have a catalyst, did have news, okay? We pushed up nicely on good volume. Look at the volume on the way up, continuously increasing, right? And then we start to pull in, and we start to pull in on the decreasing volume, right? And right here at $5, we have VWAP and the 23.6 Fibonacci level. So right in there, I took a starter position. I said, I'm gonna take a starter position here in case we do hold, and then if we do hold well, I'm gonna add to the position. Now, why did I do that? Oh, is it just because VWAP is there? Is it just because of 23.6? Or is it because both of them are there? Hardly. It's because both of them are there along with a daily level. If you come on over here to the daily chart, look at this line I drew right here at $5. Okay, you have previous high over here. You have structure all throughout here. So that's an important level. As soon as we looked like we were going to hold it, I took a starter position. The only reason I took a starter was because if we bounced back up and got up over 510, then, you know, I was going to add to it. It was going to average out to a nice average. I said my stop is that 490 area, 495, and right here on this candle, I stopped out. And I'm glad I did, because the stock did that. Nothing. The setup just went to garbage. It's a shame because it had awesome potential. Very little resistance left overhead, right? If we held $5, I was going to take some profits off up here in the 520 area, just a little bit of profit, and then hold on to the rest, looking for that move towards $6 because there was plenty of room on this stock. Well, it didn't want to work out. So the next one was APM. Now APM, I was watching it in here, remember? I was watching it right in there. Why? It was a very similar setup to that of CLPS. The only difference is this time I was fully 100% waiting for 100% confirmation that we were going to get a shot to make a move. Okay, we had the 38.2 Fibonacci, VWAP, 9 AMA all lining up here around $3, which also coincided with this line. Look at this line we drew here. Previous top in here, some bottoms areas in here, some structure. So it was like a little bit of a daily level on there, right? So because of that, I was waiting to see if we would get a bounce. I said, okay, if we get a bounce here, then I'm going to get long with my stop just around 290. We don't get that bounce. We trade right through that level. And then after we trade right through that level, we bounce right through it again, right back up and make new highs. I'm like, wow, man, seriously, these small caps are trading like garbage still, right? They're trading like garbage still. And then here we had one quick little pullback. I told you guys, you know what? I'm not going to get long it because I really have trust issues at this point with all these small caps. They're not trading clean, but one can watch this 319, 320 area for a bounce. We get one quick bounce, goes all the way up here, makes a brand new high, and then absolutely gets smashed right in the face. Boom, all the way back down here to the 290s. So I was like, you see, this is exactly why I didn't want to buy in here. I mean, albeit I would have taken some profits off up here, but I still would have been in some of the position. And like I've always taught you guys, this type of action is a bearish signal. I would have stopped out the rest way before getting all the way down here. We've done that together here. So APM, you know, not clean, because this is not a clean pullback. It's just not a clean pullback, right? This is not a clean higher day break. Imagine all the fools out there that teach you that nonsense. They're like, oh yeah, we're, you know, anticipation of the break of higher day, and they come in here and then they buy the stock right in here, right in there, right in just shy of getting through the higher day, and then they sell out for a few pennies up here. Then they stop out of the rest of the position, while the rest of their members get absolutely demolished. This happens all the time. You just got to watch YouTube enough and you'll see it. So with small caps trading this way, I'm like, okay, well, that's it. I'm done. I'm not gonna continue pushing. I took one trade. It was a starter position, took a small little loss on it, and now I'm just sitting here waiting to see what else happens, because the only thing that looked good was right off of the watch list. The SPY said, watch and see if 418 breaks and holds for a push up to 420, right? 419.50-ish is the area of today's high off of that 418 break. It broke it and it just went. And again, one little pullback wasn't very deep and it just went. So calls could have worked out here. I would have preferred a deeper pullback to buy those calls. Didn't get it. I'm a very disciplined trader. Didn't get the pullback I was looking for, so no trade for me on it. But it's nice to see it, you know, make the move we talked about. Well, guys, that's it for today, all right? I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Let me know what you traded. Drop it in the comment section below. Smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload my next video. And I'll catch you on the next one.